Hello there, and a very, very good evening. You are, of course, watching the Planet Cruise TV show. My name's Sean Ryan. Do you know, I've got man flu today. Bear with me. But this is cheering me up already because we've got 6 amazing deals for you. Some exclusive savings, some massive savings, actually. And I'm joined by our fantastic cruise expert, the one and only, the very caring Justin Hayes. Oh, thank you, mate. Oh, thank you, mate.
Please don't do it whilst we're on it. I'll put them down there.
Thank you. See, he has got a big heart.
Bless him. Bless him.
Underneath that big, tough exterior, he's got a soft heart.
Anyway, that's the trouble. Good to see you anyway.
It's nice to see you.
I'm really looking forward to tonight. Really looking forward to tonight.
A brilliant show, haven't we?
And the regular viewers, you're going to recognise this as an absolute classic. For those of you that have never watched before, we have got some fantastic cruises. If you've never been cruising before, tonight is the night to book it. We've got something for everybody. We've got a fantastic Thomson deal that you may have seen on our Facebook page. We've also got an amazing Azamara cruise.
Yeah, and the ship's just been refurbished, hasn't she?
Yes, but we have got a brand new river product. We've never brought it to you before, and it is just something simply to, well, wait till later. Wait till later.
Honestly, we are so excited about tonight's show. Anyway, before we begin, we need to announce a winner. Over the past week, our Black Friday week in Ideal World, you may remember we had a competition where you went on our website, you put your email details on there, and we're going to announce one lucky winner of our MSC European cruise. Are we ready? The winner is, I'm just hearing now, Michael Osborne. So, yes, Michael Osborne. And although Planet Cruise have got loads of cruises, the one they're going to give you is with MSC around Europe. So well done to Michael Osborne.
Yeah. We've got loads still in store as well. We've even got a prize draw as well a little bit later on. I'll show you that later.
But we are going to begin tonight's show with a fantastic cruise with Thomson Cruises on board the Thomson Majesty. I mean, whenever we have Thomson on the show, they do fly. They go so fast. This one is going to give you a chance of getting away in January, February, 2 hideous months.
Yeah, and I've got to say that this is the time to book a cruise now. Remember, a lot of the cruises we've got tonight are deposit only. This is the cruise industry's busiest time, January and February. So get them before the cabins go. It's a cracking price, £85 per night per person, with an option to add on an extra 7-night stay in Tenerife for just £200 per person. Well, £199 per person for the Tenerife stay.
And that's for an outside cabin as well, isn't it?
This is a free upgrade, and we've also got an upgrade to all-inclusive as well, which we'll tell you a little bit more about separately. But you can see the style of the cabins. These are classic ships, so they've been renamed and completely refurbished, so you've got all the modern amenities like your gyms, like your spas, fantastic restaurants on board Thomson. It's simply one of those things that is great value. You've got friendly staff on board, and the feeling that Thomson cruisers get is that they're going back. I always remember, I know it sounds terrible, but the holiday camp days, when you used to go on holiday as a child, you used to call what they call the gala reunion. And it was the same weekend every year that everybody used to go back, and the same people were there. Thomson has got that very similar feel where it's regular passengers, the staff welcome you back, and you want to know what's going on in between. You have a good natter, have a catch-up, have the gossip. But then you've got, as I said, you've got all the amenities that you'd expect from a modern cruise ship. You've got your onboard shops that you can indulge in. You've got your spas. Again, the restaurants as well. 5 different restaurants on board this brand new ship for Thomson. And
I think what is so lovely with Thomson, well, you always know what you spend. Like the tips, for example, are included in the price. You can upgrade to all-inclusive from just £10 per person per night. I would definitely do that.
What would that cocktail cost you that she's just about to have now in a bar in the UK? It'd probably cost you, what, £7? For a cocktail?
Yeah.
I would have thought that's reasonable. So, you know, by the time you've bought a couple of drinks, you can go all-inclusive, drink responsibly, but then you don't have to worry about that big bar bill at the end. You can at least budget in advance.
I do know that the drinks packages do go quickly, so if you do want to, add that to your cruise, do that tonight if you can. Anyway, this is guaranteed winter sun. So I hate January and February. It's hideous in the UK. Dark, cold. Let's get some nice winter sun. So we're flying you over to Tenerife.
Yeah, flying over to Tenerife. This is your embarkation port, and of course your first port of call itself is Gran Canaria. I mean, this is an absolute classic. You've got fantastic shopping. In fact, this particular shopping centre to the right-hand side is just at the end of the jetty where the cruise ships actually dock. So great restaurants and bars and shopping in there, and then you can go out a little bit further afield. The last time I was there, I actually took a bike out and just went down the coast. It's absolutely brilliant, and great beaches as well. On to our next port of call, La Gomera. This is completely the opposite. It's one of the smallest islands in the Canaries, and I think that's reflected in the pace of life. Very relaxed, laid back, very quiet.
And very uncommercialised as well.
Yeah, very uncommercialised. There's some great tours if you want to go out and to see the landscapes of that particular island. Then we're on to Madeira. This is one of my favourites. Madeira is definitely one to look forward to. Plan your day accordingly. There's some great restaurants and bars around there for lunch. You can do the gardens, you can do the flower markets as well, because you've got such a great climate and temperature. The flower markets are unbelievable. You can go up in a cable car. There's also a helium balloon that's tethered. I don't know whether it's still there. It certainly was a few years ago. And, well, look, Winston Churchill used to love going here, and I know the man that used to roll Winston Churchill cigars in Madeira.
Do you really?
Well, he had a picture of Winston Churchill when he used to sell cigars on the street, but he was there every single time. Let me know whether he's there now. Then we've got a nice relaxing day at sea to break up your port days, which is really nice to have that sort of day just to chill, not have to get up early, to enjoy the amenities on board the ship. They'll probably have a barbecue up on deck or something.
Going to say, do some sunbathing, have a bit of a party.
Well, yeah, and then do Lanzarote and do some more sunbathing and more partying. No, Lanzarote is fantastic. I mean, if you want to go to some of the beaches, the landscapes here are phenomenal. They used to use the backdrops for a lot of 70s sci-fi movies because it looks like Mars, as you can see that, and some great architecture as well. Cesar Manrique was local to the area, so you can go and see a few bits and pieces there. And then back into Fuerteventura. This is an absolute classic. What a great way to finish up. If you've been there on a week's holiday before, lovely to go in for the day. Again, some great beaches there. They hold the International Windsurfing Championships here as well, so that gives you some sort of an idea of the water sports that are available. But absolutely fantastic cruise.
And then back to Tenerife, where you disembark. I mean,
well, you can actually then add on, if you want, another 7-night stay in a Thomson hotel. I believe it's what they call 4T. 4T hotel, and this is just £199 per person for the full week. So if you are desperate to get some early January 2017 sun, then start with a cruise, have a nice week's stay afterwards at that additional price of £199 per person. Remember, the upgrade, £10 per night, you can go all-inclusive. We're upgrading you, a free upgrade from an inside to an outside. So fantastic cruise to start with.
And even all your tips are included as well. So let's give you the little details of what's included. As Justin just said, a free upgrade from inside to outside. It's so nice to have all that natural light coming in, to have that view. Huge savings on tonight's show. We always, we have a massive response to Thomson on this live show. So every one of you will save £220 off the brochure price. Now, return flights. If you go for the lead date, you've got a choice of London, Gatwick, Luton or Bristol. The other dates, again, other flights may be available for supplements, just ask us. And, as Justin rightly said, really worth thinking about adding on an extra 7-night stay in Tenerife from only £199 per person. The ID number for this one, by the way, is 111793. And don't forget, the phone number is a free phone number, open until 10:30 tonight, 0808 250 2662. Now, I've actually got 2 dates to choose from. Either the 20th of January, starting at $589 there, same price for the outside, of course, because you get the free upgrade, and the 17th of February, $649. But honestly, do that tonight if you can. I cannot recommend that highly enough. To get away, to have a great experience, and to get it for such a great price as well. Really good start.
For me, I've got to say this: book that one early, do the upgrade to all-inclusive, and do the stay. Because on the 17th, you just think all-inclusive, $649 for the cruise, £200 for the stay. It's unbelievable. Really unbelievable.
And that's why we're always exceptionally busy with Thomson. But our next cruise is with Princess Cruises on board the Regal Princess. And got to say, this is a ship that I would love to be on because she looks stunning. So let's take you on board with John.
Princess Cruises first set sail in 1965 with a single ship cruising to Mexico. Today, the line has grown to become the third largest cruise line in the world. Princess is known for being a bit of an industry innovator because over the years they've introduced so many new features and experiences on board their ships that have been so popular, other cruise lines are now copying them. Among them are affordable balconies on many of the ship's outside cabins, as well as 24-hour dining, and a choice of dining venues and flexible dining times. Princess ships also debuted features such as Movies Under the Stars and the Sanctuary Adults-Only Oasis. In the fitness centre you'll find all the latest equipment, plus a range of classes including cycling, Pilates, yoga, stretch and abs. But if chilling out and being pampered is more your thing, then you might want to head up here, to the tranquil environment of the Lotus Spa. With a menu of dozens of calming and rejuvenating treatments, the Lotus Spa is guaranteed to be one of the highlights of your cruise. Throughout the day on your Princess Cruise, the chefs are busy preparing your next memorable meal. All bread, cakes and pastries are baked 3 times a day. All sauces are prepared by hand. Specialty restaurants include Sabatini's, Princess's signature Italian restaurant. The Crown Grill offers a variety of premium beef and seafood dishes. But tonight's formal night and I've decided to eat in the main restaurant. As I'm booked on anytime dining, I can just turn up and eat at whatever time I like. Princess are known for their dynamic and exciting production shows, with some of the largest casts at sea. All shows are produced in-house and feature lively music and stunning choreography, as well as shows you can enjoy a night of stand-up comedy, a game show, a sing-song in the piano bar, a romantic dance, or just a quiet night with friends in a lounge bar. Something completely different. How about a movie under the stars? It's a signature feature of all Princess ships, and it's a great way to end the day.
Got to say, I cruised with Princess for the first time last year, and I thought they were absolutely outstanding. And actually, just in the Regal Princess is one of their later ships.
Yeah,
isn't she?
talking of Princess as well, she was actually launched in 2013. She was named by Kate Middleton. So, you know,
she's a
lovely little
ship.
touch there, yeah. And, well, she's got the sea walk. I don't know whether... Because Princess were one of the first cruise lines to actually have a complete promenade deck where you could go all the way around the front. You didn't have to sort of like cut across halfway through. But this is actually 128 feet above sea level, and you're actually walking across glass. Which is you've got to do it. You've got to do it. They wouldn't allow you to do it.
So that clip of film kind of gave you a taste of Princess, but the Regal Princess, she is stunning. Anyway, Justin, let's talk through where we're going to be visiting. Lots of places I've never been to. Actually,
we said earlier on when we were preparing for this, we've had sunshine. Now we're going to go to the Baltic. We're going to experience culture. It's actually quite sunny at this time of the year. You're looking at April and June, some of the dates, and in the daytime it actually gets quite warm. It's only when the sun goes down that it gets actually quite cool. Flying out to Copenhagen, but your first port of call is actually Oslo, and this is where the famous. There's some fantastic parks and there's some great museums as well for Viking museums, and indeed this is where the Edvard Munch painting Scream is housed in Oslo. We were actually in Bergen when it got stolen. We actually got
really?
Yeah, everywhere across the country, all the ports and all the airports got completely locked down.
Wow.
I know. I thought they caught up with me. Anyway, then you have a nice relaxing day at sea before we go into Berlin. When I say Berlin, sorry, your port of call, which is Warnemünde. Now, Warnemünde has got this quite unique nature that all the locals like to go down to the beach and go swimming every morning, and they've got these lovely sort of like wicker baskets that they get changed in, and famously they actually do this on Christmas Day as well. But of course it is your gateway to Berlin. If you do want to go in and get your passport stamped, go and see your Checkport Charlie down there, then there's a fantastic... All I'd say is book your tours in advance. We can do that through Planet Cruise. It saves you a little bit of time when you get on board. You don't have to sit in the theatre and go through the presentations. You don't have to queue up at the tours desk. You can get it done with Planet. Then we've got a nice relaxing day at sea before we go into Tallinn. One of my favourite places because, of course, the beautiful city. I mean, you can see the skyline here, and in fact, you've got some of the palaces as well, which have got particularly nice gardens. But one of the things that I love is the flower market. Is you just go into the town on the left-hand side. This photograph doesn't do it justice because on the left-hand side there is the most beautiful explosion of beautiful perfume and smell and flowers and colours as well. So get some flowers, take them back to the ship. As you wander up into the town, though, you've got the beautiful cobbled streets. You've got the town hall in the centre. character. And if you do want to walk up to the top of the hill, there's a beautiful church up there. Some good bars, but they do tend to be a little bit more expensive around the square. Go off the beaten track, and there's a good couple of like Steiner houses, like a good old German Bavarian sort of.
It does look really
even
pretty.
Though it's in Estonia. Yeah.
Oh, it's really pretty. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Here's the highlight, though. We're going to St. Petersburg, and this is not just a daytime stop, 3 hours, go to the museum and then out. This is a full overnight. So be prepared. It's a long day, but it's a great day because in St. Petersburg, I mean, look at it at night. You've got to go to the Russian ballet. You've got to go. Every time I went there, I think I ended up doing the ballet twice, and it's well worth it. But in the daytime, it is phenomenal. You've got the Church of Spilt Blood, which you have to go to. It's just simply just beautiful. I mean, quite harrowing the history of it, but still absolutely beautiful. And the markets here, you can buy anything. It's great. If you like military memorabilia, I've got a Russian submarine helmet at home and a compass as well.
So it's bonkers. It really is a place I'm dying to visit. And as Justin said, you are there overnight, so you really get to see and do so much. Where's next then, Justin?
Off to Helsinki. This is a very, very busy port. This has got fantastic sailings, so get up nice and early as you sail in. Here's the actual ferry port. There's loads of little cafes and bars around. Great architecture as well, and particularly good shopping. If you like glass, there's a lot of glass here, strangely enough. Then we're off to Stockholm. Again, great sailing on this one. And one of the local delicacies is a dried cod called kitflisk. Stockholm itself has got some fantastic architecture. You can see the older buildings here. It's one of those places that I would just like to get lost rambling the streets. Rambling. Me? Never. But there you go. That sort of rounds it up. Relaxing day at sea, and then back to Copenhagen and back to London.
I'm going to say, I think, a fantastic price. Bear in mind, you are away 11 nights. Let's just show you what's included on this one. So, return flights, of course, free return flights based on London there. We do have flights available from selected UK airports. Obviously, not everyone lives close to London, so just ask our cruise consultants about those. That lovely overnight on board in St. Petersburg. That's really going to make this. And actually, if you just want to secure your place at this price tonight, we've actually got a deposit of only £50 per person.
How much?
I know, 50 quid.
50 squid?
Yeah.
That's good.
But it's great, isn't it? You know, say on selected sailings, yeah, just £50 deposit tonight. So this time of year, if you are, say, a little bit short of cash, on selected sailings, a low deposit of just £50 per person. Let's just share with you the prices. We've got insides there starting at just £1,199 per person. And you have to bear in mind, this is a beautiful cruise with the one and only Princess and one of their best ships, the Regal Princess.
Yeah,
she's stunning.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Anyway, we are... Now, we're moving on to a cruise that is very similar to the one I did at this time last year with Celebrity on board the Celebrity Millennium.
Just last year I was there. How many is it? 23, 24 now? You've lost count, haven't you? But this is a good example that for somebody that, again, I've worked in the cruise industry. I haven't been back yet because I spent 6 years cruising the world. But you've got addicted to it. And this is the thing. If you've never done a cruise before, there's something in tonight's show for everybody. And once you start cruising, that's the only way you want to travel.
It's so true. And so Celebrity is a cruise company I've cruised with now 7 times, I believe. And this is a ship I was on last year. Having said that, she's been refurbished since I was on board.
So she's up to Solstice class now, for those of you that are familiar with Celebrity. And she's got a few additions as well. Right. But generally, the Celebrity experience is just brilliant. But it starts off in such a great way. 2 nights in Singapore.
Yeah, it certainly does. And we're going to show you some footage of Singapore right now. Shh. Shh. Shh.
Shop.
It's an amazing place. I was only in Singapore for just a day, and I really felt I missed out a lot. But on this trip, you're there for 2 nights, aren't you, in a hotel? Yeah.
You're there.
You were there, weren't you, recently?
I was there recently.
Yeah.
And do you know what the thing is? When I was watching that, I was going, oh, you got to do the Marina Bay Sands. You got to go up to the top. You got to go to the
night
zoo
safari,
at night.
yeah.
I know. And everybody was saying, but surely all the animals are asleep. No, they're not. But one thing you got to go and do. This place like the Ritz or Ritz-Carlton, Mandarin Oriental. You've got to go into there. If you're not going to dine there, you just still got to go in there because it's just amazing hotels.
You will have an incredible time. Now that's your first couple of nights, but then you're going to be on board the gorgeous Celebrity Millennium. And here's our very own Keith Maynard to tell you more.
With exceptional levels of service, 1 crew member for every 2 guests, well-designed and easy-to-navigate ships, and a decor that is both sophisticated and contemporary, this is a cruise line which offers a real sense of modern luxury.
Life on board a Celebrity cruise ship is an opportunity for you to enjoy your cruise just how you like it. From relaxing by the pool with a good book to a whole host of exhilarating and unique experiences, the choice literally is yours. There's cooking competitions, mixology classes, dance and language classes, informative lectures, and behind-the-scenes access to the inner workings of a modern-day cruise ship. And that is just the tip of the iceberg.
You can top up your tan by enjoying a margarita by the pool, or use your Sea Pass card and help yourself to another glass of vino in the award-winning Cellar Masters. But my absolute favourite has to be here. It's the world's first ever world-class bar, where tasting the work of these wonderful mixologists will introduce you to the latest trends in cocktail creation. It will literally knock your socks off. Celebrity cruises have always pushed the boat out when it comes to dining, not just in the sheer choice, but also the quality and taste of the food they offer. You can experience savour menus pairing classic and contemporary selections with casual al fresco dining to this stunning main dining room with the amazing wine tower that holds nearly 3,000 bottles of wine. When the sun sets, Celebrity Cruises ships come alive with a dazzling selection of bars and lounges and nightclubs. Keep an eye out though for the interactive themed parties. You might even find dancers in these exquisite costumes suddenly appear out of nowhere to entertain you. There's West End style theatre shows, there's circus shows, comedy, magic, music. On a Celebrity cruise, luxury comes as standard. There are 6 different varieties to choose from, and over 85% have a private balcony, from comfortable inside staterooms to these gorgeous suites which feature floor-to-ceiling windows, panoramic balconies, and your very own private butler. Trust me, once you've unpacked, you won't ever want to leave.
That's so true, you know. Forgot to mention, by the way, on this offer tonight, you are getting an upgrade to an ocean view. So you will get an ocean view, and because you're getting an ocean view, you'll actually get a free classic drinks package as well. We'll explain that a little bit later, but it's a fantastic drinks package. And bear in mind the length of time you're away, that would be worth an awful lot of money. So I think it's a fantastic deal. I think it's even better than the one I got last year. So let's just talk you through. We're flying over to Singapore, as we mentioned. We've had our 2 nights in that fantastic
and the
hotel.
nighttime tours included as well.
Of course.
That's part of the Planet Cruise experience. Then we got 2 relaxing days at sea for our first port of call. And I'm telling you now, you need 2 days to prepare for this, because in the daytime you're going to be looking at the temples, you're going to be seeing some fantastic architecture and then culture, and then at night time you're going to see a completely different side of Bangkok. It is one of those things that you just have to go and experience. The amount of passengers that go, oh no, I'm not going to go off tonight, and then you end up seeing them in a bar, and well, yeah, we'll leave it there. But yeah, just go out in Bangkok. It's such a great experience to have it overnight. Then we got a relaxing day at sea, and then we're into Saigon or Ho Chi Minh as it's now known. The Notre Dame Cathedral has got to be one of the highlights of this place. And, of course, you've got such great architecture. There's a real contrast because of, obviously, the troubles they've had in the past. You've got very modern buildings, but then you've got very, very classic buildings as well. Then we've got another relaxing day at sea, and then we're to tranquility. We are to Hue and Da Nang, and this is just lakes, rivers, just absolutely stunning. Quiet, tranquil lagoons.
Oh, is it
like
really
this.
Beautiful?
Absolutely stunning. Then we're into Hanoi again, very much a very built-up area. If you want to do some of the tours, then this is going to be a great opportunity, particularly if you fancy a little bit of James Bond. Some of the films were set out here, so you can go and get some pictures. Relaxing day at sea, and then we're into Hong Kong. Yeah.
And again, you are overnight here, aren't you?
The great thing is, this is what I call like a bookend cruise with something big in the middle. You've got something great at the beginning with Singapore, something great at the end with Hong Kong, so you can see the old junkers, you can see the skyline, there's a fireworks display and a laser show every night at 8 o'clock, and then in the middle, you've got, you know, all this wonderful culture, and overnights in Bangkok. This is epic.
And what I loved about this, since I did a very similar cruise to Celebrity last year, you get to all these amazing places, but it's easy, it's, you know... It's always, I feel, a lot safer when you do it on a cruise ship as well, and everything's organised for you.
Doing it the Celebrity way as well.
Oh,
the
yeah.
cabins, even down to the quality of the linen, it's just that little bit different. On the quayside, their way in which they welcome you back to the ship and they offer you drinks on the quayside, it's just the Celebrity way of doing things. It is modern luxury at its best.
And they win numerous awards. Honestly, you know, I'm a big fan myself, and I was on the ship last year, but she's even more beautiful today. Now, let's just show you what's included. It's a really good deal, this one. So, first of all, a free classic drinks package. Everyone will get that tonight because you are already getting an Ocean View upgrade as well. That's your free upgrade tonight. Now, very important, we're even going to give you some on-board spending money. Now, that offer finishes tomorrow, doesn't it? 30th of November. So if you book tonight, you'll also get on-board credit, and that's up to $400, depending on which...
Great.
I know.
Especially when you think about the exchange at the moment.
Yeah, so true, actually, isn't
Yeah.
it? And actually, the only thing you can spend that on, I mean, you've got all your drinks anyway, but it could be excursions, you could put it towards your gratuities, things like that. Return flights based on London, and those lovely extra stays, of course, in Singapore there as well. The 2 nights in the 4-star hotel, and that's Singapore by night too. Now, the drinks package, I do know this one very, very, very well.
What, for teas and coffees, of course.
Exactly. Well, actually, in fairness, I do make the most of my drinks package because I love my specialty coffees. So I always have a couple of those in the morning. Things like your bottled water, you can take that off, with you when you're visiting all the ports. Selected beers, spirits, wines and cocktails, and these are really good, spirits and wines. Lots of branded names there as well. So all of that is included tonight if you give us a call. Very good deal, that one. Really good. Now, we were going to move on to our next cruise, but before we do, we're going to be going to the phone lines. And, it's Glenn.
Oh.
I believe. Glenn Wallace, the guy from the show. Hey there, Glenn. Maybe not.
Hello, Glenn.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Oh, we can now. We recognise that voice.
Sorry, mate. It's really busy in the office. Some of us are making money here. It's really busy with people phoning in. So,
you want to call?
Booking cruises. Booking cruises.
Well, I've got someone on hold at the moment, so I'll have to go back to him in a minute. But listen, just quickly let you know, we've just had a deal come in from Fred Olsen.
Right.
It's going to be the 7th of May on the Balmoral. Now, this is a package here going out of Southampton, 8-night cruise. Listen to this. Inside, they've got a price on there at $485 per person for an inside cabin for an 8-night cruise. You can also upgrade on there for £29 per person per night. But the main thing is this will shut and finish at 12 o'clock midnight tonight. So it will only be going till midnight tonight, so it's got to be booked this evening.
Wow. So just remind us, Glenn, how much was it again? 8?
It's $485 for the inside cabin. You can upgrade to an outside for $559 if you want to. That's an 8-night package on the Balmoral, going to La Coruña, Gijón, Santander, Bilbao as well, all from Southampton. But as I said, it is finishing tonight at 12 midnight. So after tonight, you'll not be able to book it at that price.
Glenn, well, as soon as you've got somebody on hold, we'll let you go.
Yeah, I've just got her on hold at the moment, so I'll have to go back. But listen,
Glenn,
when are you
back on the sofa?
I'll give the team a call, and we're here till 10:30 tonight.
Brilliant. Glenn, thank you so much. That's really good for Fred Olsen, isn't it?
He's back. It's all right. He's back next week.
Is he back next week?
Yeah.
There's no preference,
Back on Tuesday.
You ought to do a show together, you know. You really should.
Is that possible? Like Clark Kent. Anyway.
What a great deal of that. Finishes at midnight tonight, apparently. So we're going to move on now to one of your favourites, because you're a big F1 fan, aren't you?
Well, and Norwegian Cruise Line as well, because you've cruised with NCL before as well.
Loved them.
Fantastic single supplement. No, it's not a single supplement, but single travellers on board. But this one does include, at the end of the cruise, a fantastic guided experience where you get taken to the Circuit de Catalunya, or Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, if you want to get technical, for 2017 Spanish Grand Prix. Now, any Formula One fans out there, we've just seen one of the greatest Formula One titles being won by Nico Rosberg, but what will happen next year, that's all included.
Well, that comes at the end of the cruise, and we'll tell you more about it. But let's, first of all, take you on board with Glenn, you just heard him, and our Keith.
If your idea of a cruise is dim lighting, string quartets, tuxedos and ballroom dancing, then prepare to be challenged, because this cruise line is so laid back, it's almost horizontal.
Welcome to the most fun and relaxed cruise experience you're ever likely to encounter, where the entertainment never stops and the excitement just keeps on building. Welcome to freestyle cruising. Welcome to Norwegian Cruise Line. There's more restaurants than days of the week, and you can enjoy food from all over the world and dine and dress as you please. From trendy French bistros to steakhouses and sushi bars, Norwegian Cruise Line offers tons of choice. If you're a vegan, vegetarian, high carb, low carb, or gluten-free, it's all covered.
Remember, this is freestyle cruising, so wherever your mood and whatever the occasion, there'll be a bar that fits the bill. With sports bars and whiskey bars, martini bars and champagne bars, alfresco bars and wine bars, bars with music and bars with sport, even ice bars. One thing's for sure, you definitely won't go thirsty.
Imagine playing Nintendo Wii on a 2-story high screen, or challenging a friend on the all-new Aqua Racer. Visualise eating world-class cuisine while acrobats tumble down on silks around your table. Or simply enjoying a beer as comedians make you smile at dedicated comedy clubs. Picture yourself singing along as dueling pianos compete, or settling into your own seat for one of the Tony award-winning shows. Whether you're a single cruiser, holidaying with all the family, or planning a group cruise, you'll find something perfect for you.
Norwegian Cruise Line offers one of the widest selections of accommodation in the industry. There are exclusive suites where you have your own private sun deck, along with brilliant interjoining family staterooms that are cleverly located near all the kids' facilities. And balcony staterooms where you wake up to a different view every morning. But it's in the studio staterooms where Norwegian are head and shoulders above the competition.
And a great itinerary on this one. So we're flying over to Barcelona, aren't we?
Yeah, embarkation port, and then first port of call after a relaxing day at sea is Naples. You've got the hustle and bustle of Naples, the birthplace of the pizza, but of course you've got all the great tours that you can do. You can go to Capri, fantastic place to be seen. You can go down the Amalfi Coast. You can go to Mount Vesuvius, Herculaneum. It's entirely up to you. Great day out. Then we've got Rome, and of course you're docking at a place called Civitavecchia, and then you can make your way in. But I'd say book a tour, because then you can see the Vatican City, you can see the Colosseum, you can see all of the Trevi Fountain, Spanish Steps. You can do it in a day, but you just have to be quick and just keep going. Then we're going to go to Florence and Livorno. This is where you're going to be docking, Livorno, and then you're going to be going into Pisa and Florence. So you can go and see the Ponte Vecchio Bridge, or David, or go and see the Leaning Tower. It's entirely up to you. Again, book your tours early on this one, save a lot of time. Then we're starting to get the glamour of F1. We're off to Cannes, and this is of course the home of the famous film festival, but this is just, it's amazing. You will pay a little bit more for your drinks on the beach, but guess what, somebody will serve them to you. Again, it's the type of place that you do want to be seen, so dress up, go ashore, have a nice lunch. But then we're off to Mallorca. Keep it nice and relaxed, and Palma, fantastic for your shopping, great for your beaches as well, and particularly the West Coast has got some great harbours and marinas. You've also got some of the boulevards. In fact, they've got their own La Ramblas there as well. So, because you're not going to be going up the Ramblas when you get to Barcelona.
Oh,
you're
no.
going to be on an escorted tour to one of the greatest Formula One circuits on the calendar for next year. If you're a Formula One fan, or indeed if you want to drag the other half onto a cruise. No, I'm not going cruising. Oh, it's got an F1 tour on it. Oh, I'm coming now. Then this is definitely the one to go. Of course, you can do all of the sightseeing that you can go to the New Camp and Sagrada Familia, but this is where you want to be seeing. Of course, this is going to be a season, next season, to watch because of the new regulations. There's a big change. You get grandstand tickets on grandstand N, which is corner 9. It's about halfway through the circuit, where this season they're going through at 6th gear, and there's a lot of opportunity for overtaking, and indeed coming off the circuit as well. There's a lot of runoff areas, but you get taken to the circuit by one of our guys from Planet Cruise. I'm afraid I can't actually be with you.
I thought you'd be on this one.
No, I'm going to be a different part of the circuit. But you can see here, these are the guys that are going to be taking you. You'll be taken to the circuit, which again, if you've ever done a transfer from Barcelona to the circuit, it's probably 45, 50 euros. You get looked after at that grandstand, so you get your ticket up onto the grandstand, you get to see the race, and then of course you get your transportation home. All I'm going to say is it's one of the best circuits to go and see F1. They're going to be testing there in January and February, and certainly it's a very well-known circuit, and the tickets that you get, that particular grandstand is fantastic for seeing this great sport.
And again, the fact that it's all hosted as well. We, again, expect this one to be really busy tonight, and an awful lot is included with this, which I'll show you in a second. In fact, I'll show you right now, because I know we are a little bit short of time, but I forgot to mention, very unusual for us, but we forgot to mention you get a free all-inclusive drinks package on board, and you get a hosted cocktail party as well. Fully escorted Barcelona F1 Grand Prix experience as well. Your return flights based from London Gatwick, and that extra 2 nights in a 4-star hotel in Barcelona. I think that's a brilliant, when you look at everything, that's a brilliant package.
It's great.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and when you break it down, if you had to do that on your own, booking flights, booking tickets,
be a headache,
booking hotels, and again, booking hotels at this particular time is an absolute nightmare.
All arranged and all done at a brilliant price as well. And a great drinks package. I know that, again, that would be worth several £100s with the current exchange rate. So all of your spirits and cocktails there, wine by the glass, bottled or draft beers, and fountain soda and juice, of course, as well. Really like that one. And so Norwegian Cruise Lines, a really relaxed company. There's no kind of, formality. It's all relaxed. It's lovely. Really is. However, we are both extremely excited to have a first on the show right now. Now, we've had some, quite a lot of great river cruises recently. They've been very successul. But tonight's offer, Justin, go on, give us a little flavour and taster.
I'll just give you a bit of background, really.
Isn't it?
To see, and I will straight away point this out, this is not everybody's price range, but then this is a once-in-a-lifetime trip. And if you're going to do something once, you've got to get it right the first time. The actual family still run the cruise line, and it was something that was set up in the early 20s, 1925, and it's the great-grandson now that runs it. There's about 5 family members that are experts when it comes to food, when it comes to travel. But let's just say that they've made quite a name for themselves, but they've also become part and parcel of the travel industry. They know some of the greatest people. When I say greatest people, some of the biggest names, some of the biggest families, some of the wealthiest families, and that gives them access to completely unique tours. Now, when I say unique tours, sometimes, you'll book an excursion and you get taken to a palace and you have to queue up with everybody else. And you're escorted there. However, this, you are taken to a palace when it's closed off to everybody else, so it's not open to the public. You'll have somebody open a door and it's like, wow, we're allowed to walk around in here on being guided, and you're actually guided by the people that own the palace, or the family that own the palace, and the experiences that you get are just breathtaking.
And these unique excursion experiences,
all
they're
included. They're all included.
In fact, actually, I'm looking in, everything's included, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll go through that later.
Okay.
But all I'm going to say is, I'm not going to talk about the ports, because all of this is summed up, and well, when we come back, one lucky person is going to get one of these. I'll tell you about it in a second, but take a look at this.
I want to see the ships. Let's have a look.
See what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to book it. You said I would.
But can you see the locations?
Oh, yeah.
And again, in some of those places, it's not. It's just absolutely amazing. And the destinations that you're going to get to see as well. All of the tours that's included as well. You know, we're looking at Germany. You get a chance to go to Linz, Austria, Dürnstein, Vienna. You get an overnight on board as well. Bratislava. So you get to go to Slovakia, and then you end up in Budapest as well. So all of this, and river cruising is something completely different. And on a Tauck ship, the ships are obviously naturally smaller than ocean cruise liners on river cruises. However, Tauck really pride themselves in not overbooking. So you will only have 118 guests at most. 118 guests at most. Most of the river boats that will be operated in this region will be 140 to 160.
And we should say as well, I know we have a lot of single ladies and gents that watch the show. There is no single supplement either, is there?
Yeah, and effectively, when you book as a single, you don't get a single cabin, you get a double cabin, but for a single price. And where available, there is even better cabins, so just check when you book on that.
And the cabins, we were looking, the average size of a cabin is far bigger.
Yeah, over 223 feet. I mean, you've got 85% of the cabins that have got real French balconies that are literally floor to ceiling. You've got beautiful 400 thread count satin bed linens from Comb Cotton. Fantastic pillows as well. All of the toiletries in the bathrooms are all molten brown as well, so that gives you some sort of an idea. You get complimentary beverages on board the ship, including regional wines, beers, premium spirits and specialty coffees, and you get complimentary snacks served 10 a.m. till midnight, complimentary internet and email, and there's even bicycles. I mean, bear in mind, you've got everything organised for you, but if you just want to go ashore one morning or one afternoon and go, you know what, we're fine, we'll just do our own thing, you can borrow a bicycle and go ashore. The cruise directors, you've got 4 cruise directors on board, one of them that actually hosts the whole of the cruise. To become a cruise director, though, you have to do that cruise at least 2 to 3 times before you're allowed to do it on your own. It's just something that the family are so proud of what they've done. And all I'm going to say is there is a reason why that price is on the screen is there, because this is a unique, when I say money can't buy, it can, but if you're in that position,
if you just want to know more, give us a call, won't you?
Yeah.
Don't forget, you're also going to get an Imperial evening in Vienna Palace as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, you get the Vienna Palace, you get the tour of Schönbrunn Palace as well, and Henbrunn Castle as well. So all of those are included.
Yeah, I'd love to do it. Now, tell me about your book.
Yes.
Tell me about your book.
Well, one lucky person, if you actually book this evening, is actually going to win this. And this is what you get. You've got a fantastic video book, which actually shows you slightly more detailed than the video than you actually just saw there. There's a voiceover by Ken Burns, who's the award-winning filmmaker, who they've actually paired and teamed up with to do a lot of these actual tours. It's absolutely fantastic.
Wow. Well, anyway, I love collecting cruise memorabilia and stuff.
So, and one person will be lucky enough to win that.
Better give us a call right now. I know we're going to be so very busy. So anyway, let's quickly remind you what's included: unlimited complimentary drinks, unlimited Wi-Fi, all of those exclusive excursions. They did sound really good, Justin. Got to say, really special. Single special, no single supplement. So you can get the single price for exactly the same price as everyone else, and return flights from London as well. And don't forget as well, you've also got with this those fantastic, exclusive excursions that we mentioned that really will make this so special, and amazing facilities and gorgeous ships. Anyway, we have one final cruise for you. It always goes so fast, this one, doesn't it? And it's with Azamara Club Cruises. Now, Azamara are the club division of Celebrity and Royal Caribbean. So we are looking at impeccable quality, smaller ships, and this particular ship, the Azamara Quest, she has just been reimagined and refurbished, hasn't she?
Yeah, and the great thing is, I mean, there's just so much to go through on this. The destinations are fantastic. What you actually get included, the experience, it's just unbelievable.
Well, I'll tell you, I just need to take some time out and do more cruises, do you think?
Yeah. Oh, and if you like Barry White, stay tuned.
Oh, yes. We'll tell you more. But here is our Chris to give you a little taste of what Azamara is going to be like for you.
With an extensive refurbishment of both the Journey and the Quest, Azamara has restyled an entire 30,000 gross tonnes with fresh paint, carpets and new interiors. The ship feels invigorated and revitalised, and although Azamara's emphasis is on longer stays, more overnights and night touring, the ship itself is proving to be a destination in its own right. Rich woods, custom-made textiles, organically inspired accents and a natural colour scheme brings a fresh new elegant feel to the reimagined staterooms. From the boutique hotel styling of these Club World owner suites through to an enhanced experience of these spa suites, you are truly spoilt for choice when it comes to luxury accommodation. Benefits of these brand new spa suites include complimentary dining in the 2 specialty restaurants, access to the Sanctum relaxation area and thalassotherapy pool, and my favourite, which is unique to Azamara, the Under the Stars Hot Rock dining experience. The newly reimagined Sanctum really does live up to its name. With new programmes that focus on wellness, vigour and all manner of holistic and beauty treatments, being pampered will become part of your daily routine. The Windows Cafe remains an easy and casual buffet venue, but with a reimagined, contemporary and refined feel. However, if it's true elegant evening dining you seek, then look no further than Discovery's Restaurant and Bar, where you can relax with old friends and new in a tranquil and friendly environment. A new feature to the guest relations area is the Inspiration Centre, an 88-inch fully interactive touchscreen display which gives you information on every single destination that Azamara sails to. Formerly known as the Looking Glass, the living room has had a head-to-toe makeover. A new feature is the wine and tapas area which serves complimentary offerings every afternoon. And by night you'll enjoy all sorts of musical entertainment from a live pianist to a disco to dance into the early hours. With a brand new dance floor and a revitalised entertainment and music showcase, here in the Cabaret Lounge you certainly won't be bored. Then, for those of you who are feeling lucky, why not hit the casino and just relax and watch the latest sporting events on the brand new flat screen TVs?
Yeah, she looks not just amazing, but I think it'd be so beautiful. And, you know, Azamara have got a great reputation in industry, but now that she's been refurbished, this ship, she's outstanding, isn't she?
Put it this way, I've got to share this with you, because one of our staff at the offices, and quite a senior member of staff, actually recently went on board.
I know who you mean now,
and she wanted people to know how good the service was, not just for her, but for her children as well, because it's just something completely different than what you'd experience.
And I don't mind telling you, I'd have expected this price to start with a 2 rather than a 1 today. Anyway, and a fabulous itinerary. So we're going to fly you over to Miami, aren't we?
Yeah, great place to start. Let's just say that you get 1 night in Miami. Do your research, go out. It's amazing the places you can find. It really is some great some grill bars that you can go to that's really nice.
I love Miami. Such a buzz.
Yeah, well, especially down on Ocean Drive as well. I just love to go there. Anyway, then you're going to be getting on board your ship, and of course this is a destination itself. You know, when you see it in the flesh, you'll understand what we're talking about. But the first port of call is Key West. Fantastic place to go to. It's very, very relaxed. There's a great, and when I say great, epic fudge shop. Oh my! I'm telling you now, one of the best things in Key West. As you go down the street, it's about halfway down past Denny's on the left-hand side. And it is this fudge shop, and you can get anything. And I literally used to buy bags of it and put it in the fridge, and it used to last about 2 days.
That is the last thing I'd expect you to buy.
Oh, cheers, thank you. But no, Key West, it really is great. Your food, your dining. It's one of those places you just got to go to, and really good artwork as well. There's some interesting galleries there. Then we've got a relaxing day at sea, and then we're into Mobile. Now, this is where the late writer Eugene Walter actually resided and is actually buried. You can go and see his memorial now. And I love one of his quotes. He said, when all else fails, throw a party. And his later life, even though he moved away from the area, he loved it so much that he actually had a shoebox of Alabama red clay when he was travelling around Europe. So you've got to go there. Really, really sort of, again, Cajun-style cooking down in this region, so just go and enjoy it. But talking occasion, we're going to New Orleans. This is the first time that we have featured it, and I cannot emphasise it enough. I was lucky enough to go there before and after the hurricane, and both times there is a spirit to New Orleans that is unbelievable. You've got the French Quarter, which in the daytime is fantastically vibrant. In the evening, you've got the jazz bars. You've got one of the oldest jazz bars ever there. All I say is my tip would be go off the beaten track and go to a place called the Smithies and try and go there about 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, that's when it starts to get busy. You literally sit at a piano and there's a goldfish bowl and the pianist will keep playing as long as you put dollars in there. It's great. It's brilliant. Jazz. Then we're off to a little bit of Mexico. We're going to go to Progreso. This is where you can go to some of the Mayan temples. Then you're going to go to Cozumel, which is one of the greatest party places. You've got to go to Senor Frogs. Aye, got to go to Senor Frogs.
Senor Frogs?
Senor Frogs, great party bar. It's like a restaurant, but you're doing the Macarena as well. It's just great. And you can see some of the Mayan ruins there as well. Then you'll go, and that's overnight. Oh, crikey, overnight on board. In Cozumel, that's going to get messy. Have fun that time. Have fun. And then a relaxing day at sea, and then back into Miami, and then flying home and think, what on earth have I just experienced?
Now,
Miami, New Orleans, and Mexico. I'm going.
On board this stunning ship that's club class, don't forget as well. Now, selected drinks and gratuities are included as well. Obviously, return flights are there. The 2 nights in New Orleans, love to go there. And also the overnight on board in Cozumel. Hey, and then, you mentioned Barry White. Go on.
You're my first, you're my last. Barry White Jr., you get a chance to have an amazing evening with a performance of Barry White Jr. as well.
Wow.
And that is something. If you actually look online, there's some great footage of him in Cozumel.
And a final look at the Azamara question. I so want to do this one. Sadly,
I'm game if you are.
I don't get any more holiday until April. So
that's the...
And I'm not joking.
Is that the polite way of saying, no, I don't want to cruise with you, Just?
No, I'd love to do that. Even with you, Justin.
Even with me? You know what? You'd be ruined by the time you come back. You wouldn't know what you'd need. You'd need a holiday to get over it.
I think I would, you know. Anyway, we are nearly out of time. Let's quickly recap everything we've had. Now, the phone lines have been busy. You heard from Glenn. I'm sure lots of you are on the lines right now booking this one. It's a 7-night Canarian Flavours from Tenerife cruise with, of course, Thomson. $589. You get an upgrade to outside tonight. Huge savings. £220 off the brochure price. And the flights on the lead date, you've got a choice there of Gatwick, London or Bristol. And as Justin said earlier on, please think about staying another week in Tenerife from only £199 per person. We then moved on to Princess Cruises. And this is that gorgeous 11-night Scandinavia and Russia cruise. One of their most beautiful ships. She's fabulous. She's the Regal Princess. Free return flights. Also, again, flights available from selected airports for just a supplement. And the overnight in St. Petersburg. Selected sailings, you can actually book that with a low deposit from just £50 per person. Celebrity were next. I did pretty much this cruise last year, and it was outstanding. On board the new revitalised Celebrity Millennium. The price there starts at just £2,079 per person. Free classic drinks package. You're all getting an ocean view upgrade tonight as well. And if you book before tomorrow, you'll get onboard credit up to $400 per stateroom as well. Then Norwegian Cruise Lines. Well, it's one of your favourites, Justin, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, definitely. The F1 package at the end, fully escorted, great grandstand tickets as well, and you get looked after in between the circuit.
And a free all-inclusive drinks package and a hosted cocktail party as well. We then moved on to a first, which was this fantastic river cruise. Unlimited complimentary drinks, unlimited Wi-Fi, but for me, the single price I thought was amazing, but the excursions, you really drew me in with those.
Yeah, the excursions are something that it is literally money can't buy experiences. They have got great contacts and they know how to do it.
And remember, you've got the 2 free nights pre or post-cruise stay as well. Unlimited complimentary beverages, and that's including your premium spirits, everything else, and those exclusive excursions as well. Do ring us for more details on that. And then, of course, last but by no means least, this absolutely outstanding deal with Azamara Quest as well. And that price, I'd have expected it to be hundreds, if not thousands more for an experience like that. And just very quickly as well, everyone that's booking a cruise tonight, you'll actually be helping a fantastic charity as well, the Samaritans as well. So, again, everyone that's booking tonight will donate £1 to the Samaritans purse, in addition to sending shoe boxes. Loads of, great help just by booking a cruise tonight. Justin, really so we're out of time.
It's all right. I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.
We will see you in 2 weeks' time. Take care of yourself. Book a cruise tonight. You will never regret it. I'll see you soon.